Have you ever looked at a plain pair of white sneakers and thought, these could be beautiful? Today I'm turning ordinary sneakers into something completely magical using soft pink floral rice paper and just a touch of sparkle. By the time we're finished, these simple shoes will look like dreamy handmade art you can actually wear. Hello, my crafty friends. I'm Donna from Mason Creations, etc. And welcome to my channel. If you're ready, my friends, let's make a mess. These are just plain canvas sneakers, and today they're going to become gorgeous wearable art. My crafty friend Deb M asked me if I would decoupage a pair of sneakers. Deb, this video is for you. This rice paper is so soft and delicate. I just love the images on it. I got 2 of them, one for each shoe. I wanted to use mostly the pink flowers and I didn't want to run out. I'm using a water brush to separate the images from the sheet. A water brush has a cartridge that you fill with water and then brush it on the napkin or rice paper. The water dispenses easily, so this is really convenient. You always want to tear your rice paper or napkin instead of cutting it. A torn edge is much easier to blend than a sharp cut edge. I'm removing as much of the background paper as I can, as well as tearing it to fit the area I want to place it. Where are you all watching from, my crafty friends? Let me know in the comments. I just love to see what cities and countries all my friends are watching from. I'm filming from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. I'm going to be using Polyvine Decorator's Varnish as my decoupage glue today. Since I'm decoupaging on fabric, this is the ideal formula and is great for protecting fabric. It is good for interior and exterior use, water and stain resistant, as well as high UV resistance. Once I get my paper in place, I'm lifting up one side at a time and adhering it to the shoe. The canvas soaks up some of the varnish, so I'm putting it on very heavy. I want to make sure I get good adhesion. As I'm pressing the rice paper down with my brush, I'm adding another layer of varnish. I'm using the gloss formula for this process. There are more of all those special components that make this product so wonderful in the gloss and satin finishes. If you want a matte or dead flat finish, you'll always want to add 2 coats of the gloss or satin first for all that protection, and then follow up with the dead flat finish last. This is exactly what I'll be doing today. Because you're watching this video today, decoupagenapkins.com is going to give you a 10% discount on one order that's a minimum of at least $50. This is a one-time discount and is good on your entire order when you use the code MASON10 in all caps at checkout. So now you can get that mold you've been eyeing or some additional rice papers you've been wanting. Even if you've been ordering from them in the past, you can still take advantage of this one-time 10% discount when using the code above. I'll leave all this information for you in my description box below. To find my description box, click on the word more just below the title of this video. I fell in love with this paper, but only needed one of them. It's filled with butterflies, dragonflies, ladybugs, and bees. I'm going to add a couple ladybugs and bees to these fabulous shoes. I put a bee and a few little images up the center of the tongue, but it didn't actually even matter on this particular pair of shoes. When I added the shoelaces and tied them up, you couldn't even see them, but they're there nonetheless. In hindsight, I should have gotten the skinniest laces I could find, and I may still do that. I'm spraying a piece of a Ziploc bag with some water. I'm laying that down on the shoe and rubbing out any wrinkles or air bubbles with a paper towel. When I move the plastic to another area, I'm spraying it again to make sure it doesn't stick to the paper. I'll let this dry for several hours. I did all the same steps with the other shoe. Because it's opposite, they're the same but not exact, which actually looks good. Any of the products I use in my videos are wonderful products that I personally believe in, so you can bet that each one is a great product. Everything I use will be listed in my description box below. Each one will have a blue link, so they're easy for you to find. Any links I provide are safe for you to click on. To find my description box, click on the word "more" just below the title of this video. After several hours, the shoes were dry. I added another coat of the gloss varnish over top of all the decoupaged images and let that dry for a couple more hours. I did all the decoupage and 2 layers of the gloss finish for protection. But now I want to remove the gloss. The rest of the shoe isn't glossy, and the images are so soft and delicate that I think it needs to be a matte finish. I'm putting decorator's varnish in the dead flat finish over top of all my images to give them a nice soft appearance. And then I'll let that dry for about an hour. Okay friends, it's time to give these shoes just a little bit of sparkle. I'm using diamond dots. They're made for diamond painting, but I love them and use them on a lot of my projects. The ones I'm using are a rainbow iridescent rhinestone, color number 7005. I'm putting a little drop of glue and then using a rhinestone picker, applying the little stones to the glue. DecoupageNapkins.com has an amazing selection of napkins, and the best part is that you can purchase them individually. They carry a wide range of craft supplies, including rice paper, paints, clay, molds, and an excellent selection of polyvine products. With thousands of items available and new products being added regularly, it's truly a one-stop shop for crafters. Orders are carefully packed and shipped quickly. You'll earn bonus points on orders over $100. Additional offers may vary and are often seasonal, so be sure to check their website. You'll find any promotions displayed in a banner at the top of their homepage. Subscribe to their newsletter by entering your email address to receive 10% off your next order. This discount is separate from the Mason 10 code and may be used on an additional purchase. I'll leave links to all the products I use in the description box below. Please note that all offers are subject to change. To find my description box, click on the word "more" below the title of this video. And I'll let this dry for a couple hours. And I'm not stopping there. Now it needs a little gold trim. I'm using Pentart paint in the color white gold. I'm applying it with a sponge dauber. The flat side of these daubers are perfect for edging. I'm just gliding it over the top edges of the shoe. There was one small area that I had to use a tiny brush. If you're enjoying this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. When you click the like button, a new hype button shows up. If you click that, you'll be able to send points to my channel. YouTube will then send this video out to more viewers. This is great for my channel. I appreciate you for doing that. You won't want to miss any of the new projects coming up, so don't forget to subscribe. And then I let this dry for about 30 minutes. I'm sealing the gold paint with some of the gloss varnish. I'm using the sponge dauber to apply it, just like I did the paint. And then I'll let that dry for about an hour. Anywhere the painted fabric touches your skin, like the back of your heel, it's a little stiff and scratchy. I used a fine grit sandpaper and sanded the inside of the heel and anywhere that it touched my skin. That worked perfectly and is nice and smooth now. I purchased some pink shoelaces that match the images perfectly, and they're elastic, so you can tie your shoes once and then slip them on and off. I've added a new playlist to my channel. This playlist consists of some very easy spring projects that are quick to make and might be good sellers at a craft fair. This project will be included in that playlist. Don't forget, all of the wonderful products I'm using today can be found at my favorite place for craft supplies, decoupagenapkins.com, and I'll leave you links in my description box below. I added a link to my new playlist of easy spring projects. Click the picture on the right to be taken directly to that playlist. I'm so happy you were here with me today, and thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to see you all next week. I'm working on a new project with you in mind. You can subscribe by clicking my picture in the top right corner.